we go. So I'm making the doors 375, which is the middle here, and 187, which is the middle there. So straight edge 375, and here is 187, using my trusty, look at that, hopefully replicate that with the other door out of one piece of wood by cutting it diagonally. Having all this spare, for what for, I have no idea, but getting there. The doors are getting there, because I don't like the shutter, you know, those slat things. And it's very, very grim out there. I mean, I came here yesterday, spent a couple of hours, and the idea was to get the windows sealed. But now I'm thinking, because of the rim, the way they sit, obviously this is like one piece apart from the join here. Now, is it meant to go on the outside as one piece, and they've put the nutserts around the wrong way? I need to find a picture of the windows on another Catalina 22 or a Jaguar 22, just for reference, because I don't want to bond these in and then find out I've got them the wrong way round. But yeah, that's another day. But I would like to get these doors done, and then I can varnish them, yacht varnish them, and close the door and have a proper door instead of the horrible slidey things. And hopefully that'll be a bit better, weather resistant. I've got all the weather strips and stuff like that. These are only temporary on there because I don't want any holes in here, so they're screwed in the side, which holds it in, well, holds it into the frame. So anyway, that's what I'm doing today. So there's a lot of mess, more dust. There's just so much dust in here, it's unbelievable. Dust. Anyway, so I would like to get this done and dusted, varnish the doors, and then I can hang the doors, and then I can have a good old clean up in here, ready to carry on doing the roof. I did a little bit more yesterday, you can see a patch there. I was shattered, absolutely shattered, and there's no solar here, so I've had to take the power bank to work and charge it up. I think it's 100%. Yeah, it's 100%. Such a handy tool that is, really is. Right, let's see how far I get with these doors. So I've got one more cut to do here, and then replicate it on the other piece. And hopefully, doors are done. Well, after much sanding, I've got the door on, and yay! It's quite cool actually. Holds back. What I've got to do now is match the other side. There's the wood. Even dust in here. Oh, this was clean once. Never mind. Progress. Door number 2. Right. Door number 2. I'll put a varnish coat on the 2 doors, just on the outside. Varnish coat on that, and a first varnish coat on that. And I've had a bit of a wipe around the windows, got all the remaining glue off. Did a little bit more here. You can't really see it, but it's just endless. This stuff is just on there, and the only thing that gets it off is a little wire brush. like that little thing over there. I've got a couple of them. Well, it's 10 o'clock and I've absolutely had enough. So I've done the doors. Obviously they're not fitted because they're still drying. That goes there. That goes right at the back, but I'm going to cover that. I just want to put some varnish on it to make it a little bit waterproof. And then the first coat on the doors, I can flip them over and do the rest. And then sand this down. I don't know what to do with that. Do I varnish it? I think I will. And then we'll see that one down there. And hopefully done a bit more around there, a bit tire glue remover. Still got to do a bit down there, get rid of this crappy car filler, and then just concentrate on this area here under there, and hopefully or a little bit down there and under. Yeah, it's just never ending, isn't it? Well, it's a Wednesday and I've done a few hours, so I'm happy as Larry, really. Be nice to get that done properly. Anyway, I'm absolutely shattered, so I'll see you in the morning, or the afternoon actually, because obviously I've got out of work. I ain't got time for work. Anyway, it's slowly but surely getting there. So I'll catch you lot guys tomorrow. Right, it's the next day. Yeah, I think I've come to a conclusion with the windows. I joined the Catalina Facebook page, and there's loads and loads of pictures on there, and the windows have been fitted correctly. So now I've got to just take these out and swap them around. So I'm happy that and obviously the way I was thinking, but they still look like they got the rivets on the outside. So I'm just wondering if I can just swap the rivets over so the screws will be on the inside. But do you know what? I'm just thinking, why make more work for myself? So anyway, the varnish has gone off, and today's mission is sort all this out. So I'm going to remove all this wood. I've still got my sleeping bag wrapped up in my yoga mat, which wasn't very comfortable, and I am going to remove the head, the toilet. I don't see the point of having a toilet. It looks like it's been, well, I'll show you, because it doesn't look like it's been used for some time, because it's pretty bloody grim, and that was all caped in expanding foam. So I'm going to investigate that, because it's just in the way. It's a shame, but it obviously leaks, and the handle's broken because there's a spring hanging out there, and the handle's at the back. So I'm going to investigate what's going on there. I need to put some gloves on for that, and then I can open this space up and work my way to the back and lift that hatch up. Actually, if anybody knows what these things are called, because hatch latches or whatever, they were really brittle, and that one is broken, or the plastic bit is broken. So I've got my little stick here. Oh, fresh air. So, and I'm wondering if they have struts, gas struts on them. So yeah, oh, that's a nice bit of fresh air. So yeah, head, and then clean up behind there and try and get some of this more of this stuff off. There's going to be another job. So move my power bank and my radio. Who remembers these? But old iPods. This is the limited edition one because it's got a video recorder on it. Little camera. Didn't make them for very long. Really great little bit of kit. Right, so there is the head. All that, as you can still see, was all full of expanding foam. So I want to get that out today because it doesn't look very hygienic and this is just a wasted bit of space. So let's crack on and do that. Let's get some gloves. Wow, it's off. These three here come off really easy, but this just wouldn't come undone, and I didn't want to break it, but yeah. And I must admit, I was expecting it to go into some kind of septic tank. It just goes straight out to the sea. That's not very nice, is it? So I'm glad I removed that, because I wouldn't want all that. I just don't like all that excrement going into the sea. I know people pee in the sea and all that, but like, that's poo. That's bad. Don't like that idea. So I'm glad I'm taking this out. So undo these screws here. Whatever that is. Some kind of base plate I expect. That's probably glued into the boat. Don't know. Never done this before. So let's take this plate off. Yeah, that's I'm disturbed by that. Okay. Right, let's carry on. Another one. Cool, a bit windy out there. Right. Okay. More expanding foam. Oh, doesn't smell raisin, that's for sure. Get that stuff out of the way. Easier to break it up into little chunks so it doesn't disappear down the boat. Oh. Oh no, it's going down the back. Right, let's get the rest of this out. Right, that bolt's off, and this one is loose, so yeah, it just spins round. The others are all fixed. Now I would have thought that that's probably the root of the problem, because no seal. Well, there's no seal there. Nothing on the bottom there, so that would have gone like that. That's probably why it leaked. So what I had to do is take that off. Right, So, I have to cut these bolts off and hopefully, right, well, yeah. So what do I put in here? Some kind of, I'll put a load of boat filler, because that's solid. Let me know in the comments what you would do with that, because apart from, well, I don't know, maybe grinding underneath the boat and filler in it. That's quite a big hole, isn't it? Anyway, job done. Now to tidy up this. I managed to get it all out. You can see that that's the edge of it, and some of it is actually a bit wet. So put it in a bag, because I don't know if it's urine or all that in there. That is going to get proper bleached, and just leave it in there. That's mank. Right, so let's clean that little bit up there. Right, swept up as best I can, and let's give it some bleach. Oh, it's quite strong. Running out. Okay. Right, next, take this off. Right, the bulkhead is out down there. Now I've noticed there's a little bit of rot there, but I reckon, oh yeah, that stuff's coming off of it. Yeah. Actually goes into that corner, doesn't it? So that side, and that bit down there is going to get covered up by a cushion, so I don't see why I just can't chop it out, because I want to keep as much of this as possible and revarnish this. So I'm going to take that out. These are probably just stuck on because of the varnish, and give it a good rub down, and then I can start getting this glue off and working around. But yeah, I'm quite happy that that hasn't stained it. Quite happy about that. Well, it's Saturday afternoon now, and I've been shopping. I've got myself a staple gun, and I have a plan for this. I varnished it, but what I'd like to do is actually, because this is where my head's going to go, I don't want this to be super hard on my head. So I have bought a waterproof mattress protector, and I've bought heavy duty garden furniture cover that's slightly padded. So I'm going to cover this and make it nice and soft. So it's like a headboard for a boat, or a headboard for a bed. And then I'll probably just have like a pop-on cover, so I can still get to this. That's the idea, and I can make that possibly out of an offcut, or I can lay it in and make it an interference fit out of another piece of wood. So that's the plan. I'll just spin you around. So last night I cleaned all that and all that. I've still got to do underneath. All that's done, and hopefully get a bit more of this off today. I put a little control panel up there and a stereo so I can just do music. And I don't know if this is the right idea, but bits of wood were flaking off. So what I've done, out of all the dust and everything, I just put a bit of wood glue in here and just sprinkled it on, and hopefully that'll go off, and then I can sand that down, because that goes over that hole there. I've got another piece of wood that I bought today, bit of marine wood ply, and that's going to go over the cover, because those two bits are rotten, it's beyond repair, and they keep flaking. And that's pretty much all I've done really. And that was, I finished here at 11 o'clock. I have actually did a little bit more of that, more paint stripping. That is 4 hours work just there, and I've still got the rest of it to do. So I'm going to put another coat of paint stripper on there and hopefully get it back to this stuff. That's the plan. And I've got some new work trainers because I didn't want to get my sketchers dirty. So yeah, not much done by the looks of it, but I have been busy, and I would like to see if I can turn these windows around as well, because yeah, I'll put them in the wrong way round, but I still believe that the screws should be on the inside. Anyway, that's the plan for today. See how far I get. My big 460 amp hour battery is getting a little bit low, about 19%, so I've got about 20 hours or something like that. So I need to charge that up somehow, because the solar panel on the roof, the little 200 watt one, is bringing in 19 watts, which is not very good. So I might bring my big 400 watt solar panel, folding solar panel, and just put it outside, see if that works. But I need to buy an extension cable for that and mount that properly. I need to sort of like mount an external or an add-on MC4 connector to the outside, because all it's got is that there, and that's where the solar gland came on. And they had originally just a 10 watt panel, 10 watt panel, 10 watts maximum efficiency. So they're probably bringing in like 4, maybe 5 at a push. Anyway, I've got a little stereo, and I'm still waiting for an aerial, but I just rudimentally put a bit of wire in the back. It works perfectly, and that's wired up to that mess under there, because I don't know where things are going to go still. So I've got the control panel there, I can just switch stuff on and off. And I'm going to use that because that looks quite alright, that is. I've sort of cleaned it up a little bit, taken all the stickers off it and the white sort of like piping around the edge, and that's come up alright. So USB socket there and a voltmeter there, and yeah, it's coming along, but I'm really happy with that, really happy. So I'm going to carry on today, find the 2 bits of wood, which probably are outside. Yeah. So here, oh Christ, a bit windy now. So yeah, There they are. I'm pretty sure that's meant to be one piece, and I've got a new piece right down there. Well, that's the basic outline done. You know what it is? Just give it a bit of cushion. So let that go off, and then I can trim it in the other cloth. Not bad. Yesterday I managed to get all the blue stuff off there, so it actually did look like that, and I've rubbed it down to look like that, and then I've used a wire brush after hours and hours, like I did on the ceiling, to here. And today I want to tackle the floor. I have like sort of done a little bit here, but I want to do the rest and get all this Santex type paint off. So that is my aim today, because obviously I still keep traipsing stuff in and out the boat, and the boat is coming on quite well. I mean, I've got a cushion there now, I can sit somewhere. The roof's a bit cleaner, still got to do that little bit there. I'm waiting for some more tar and glue remover. And I've got an extension cable here for my solar panel, which is on the ground, but it's only putting out like 56 watts out of a potential 100, so I'm just going to get a bigger panel. Oh, I thought it had a broken window then. It's not, it's just a wire hanging down. Still haven't done anything about the windows, which hopefully I'm going to tackle today, both of them. So yeah, crack on. That is pretty much all of the glue off. Also there's residue and all that. So there's probably a little bit more to do, but I'll come up with a brush. And I've done under there, and there's still a little bit there, but I've had enough of scrubbing. So still got to get this bit off of there, but that under there hopefully is all done. So now I'm going to hit it with some elbow grease and then some multi-purpose bleach. And that's going to take hours, but I'm sure you agree that is a lot better than before. And I'll just put a picture in right now of what it did look like. Still haven't got the windows done, but it's going to be a nice day for a couple of days, so I want to concentrate on getting this done. Anyway, let's start scrubbing again. Well, after nearly, oh, there's a bit there. After nearly 2 weeks of scrubbing the ceiling, it's not 100% perfect. I mean, there's some bits there, but this is like wood chip paint. And like, I've got all them clean. I've replaced and recarpeted that, and that bowl there has come out absolutely immaculate. That is pretty impressive. And I've got some wood roughly made up to sit, one there and the other one there. I've got to trim this one down. It would have been nice to make it a one piece of wood. I might still do that actually, because that might annoy me. But wow, what a difference. Absolutely, what a difference. I must admit, my my hands are red raw, but I'm super chuffed with that. That's come up better than what I thought it would do. Oh, there's a bit bit there. Okay, well, it's still, I mean, I'll still give it another clean, I suppose, but for the time being, it doesn't smell and it's nice. I am super happy. I can now get a bit of foam in there and have a bed and sleep. I've bolted this bit down and I've taken the toilet out from underneath. I've got to seal that up somehow, but as I say, that's way in the future. But I'd like to get one piece of wood for that. That'd be nice. And then work my way back. I mean, this is all clean, but it's still, someone's painted it with I don't know, some kind of paint, but it ain't boat paint. So I want to take all that off, and you can probably just make out like the different colours in white. And that's probably a little bit pedantic, or I could just make some nice covers to go over it and put them on pops. So if I want to change the colour whenever, or they get ruined, I can just change them. So I might do that, just have some pop panels like in these ridges and a bit at the front here. So yeah, I mean, it's coming on, it really is. So I'm going to try and tidy up and make like the bed area and see what it comes out like. I'm happy as Larry. I'm glad all this scrubbing's over. It's not 100% done, but I wanted to get that bit at the front clean. Good job. JWD. Jolly well done. Well, I have had a major tidy up in here, and I must say, I'm quite happy with it, considering what it used to look like. So I've got my little power bank there. I'm going to have to take that in a minute and charge it up, because I've got another big solar panel on the front. And so, yeah, I can charge that up. So the battery is charging at 135 watts at the moment, and it's not far off the maximum of the MPPT, so I've had to slightly angle it and keep an eye on that, because that little 75 by 10 can only do 144 watts. The little blue Victron one in there. So little panel. I was thinking here I might have just a little pull down thing so that I can sit, not where I am now, and use that as a nav station. So I got my table, got my seating, clean bed area, clean up there. The hatch I shall take off and do, and then I can run the cables for the nav lights all the way here, and then get a wooden trim to go way around there. That's the idea. This bit is still removable. It's all clean down there, so I'm going to leave that removable. I recovered one of the skanky cushions. Not perfect, but it's good enough. My little kitchen, and then the double doors, which I don't know if I've shown you actually. They're only just sort of, they've only just sort of done them. So obviously that goes closed, and it closed. What I've got to do is do the door jambs now, top and bottom. So yeah, I'm really happy with them doors. I much prefer them like that. So here I am sitting in this little boat, little 22-foot boat. Quite happy with the progress, really am. I'm going to take these off, and I'm going to try and make up some like stainless steel plates. These ones here, they're far too long, because they're only for like little hooks on the top, and the threads don't need to be that long, surely. Just want to cut your head open. So yeah, I can there's still a few things I need to do. I still need to do the windows, but I'm waiting for the U channel to come, and then I can do them properly. I was going to buy the proper stuff because everyone says they leak, which inherently they do, but they just seem to silicone them and bodge them up. But you know, the seals inside are probably, God, it's quite warm now, isn't it? The seals are all the U channel, whatever you want to call it, rubber gasket. You know, I expect that's gone and deteriorated, and hence the reason why they stuffed it with silicone. Anyway, I am super happy. I am so happy. This looks almost, well, I mean, it's a completely different boat inside here now. I would like to get some kind of flooring to go down, maybe wood or rubber matting or something like that. Because the amount of times, I mean, it should be okay now, but the amount of times I've fallen over because, you know, the floor was wet, where I've been spraying and, you know, like to get all this stuff off. Still need to do a bit up here, like up there, look. But for the time being, I think I've cracked the back of it. So I'm really, really chuffed. Anyway, this is probably the most disgusting thing I've ever had to clean. Well, it is actually the most disgusting thing I've ever had to clean. So, I'm going to end this video here. If you have come this far, please consider subscribing. Click the thumbs up button. Give me a like. Give me a comment down below. Below. Yeah, give me a like down below, deck. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one for some more Catalina Jaguar 22 restoration. This is a restoration. Catch you in the next one, guys, and thanks for watching.